flex the foot. So kind of drawing the toes up and then turn the whole lot round and take the knee to the knee and point the foot. So however you want to do this. Now I find if I do it reasonably fast, so my breathing, I'm just letting my breathing do its thing. If you find it, so I find doing it reasonably fast gets my glutes, I can feel this up here in my glutes and I make my glutes work. And I find about 20, 25 really fast kicks my glutes in. And that's groovy. If you want to make it harder, you bring this bottom knee up because you've got further to go, but there's no point in bringing that bottom knee up if it compromises the movement. Like the only thing, this is about, you know, getting this movement in the hip and making your glutes work. Oh, that's plenty. Whew. So kind of enjoy the burn. And then we'll do the second exercise, which also makes. So there's a number of these kind of pelvic stabilizing glute kind of exercises, which they're on the YouTube channel. I've done them in class loads. What I've found recently, like I'm really trying to focus on my glutes, and what I've found recently is this baby is the one that really seems to work. So you get yourself completely stacked again. So remember to send that top hip away. I just lift my left leg up. And then I really allow this foot to be floppy. And the other thing that I found, so play with this, play with where it engages for you. But the other thing that I found that is, if I just let my knee drop a little bit, it seems to engage the glute more. And then I found it works best for me, so you can move up and down and stuff. But at the moment, it seems to be working best for me if I just lift that leg up, turn the knee a little bit, let the foot be floppy, and breathe. Really trying to bring the breath down low into the belly. And I've been holding for about 10, and you know, my quads are relatively loose there, and my glutes, they're on, people, they are on. Yeah, so that has been my go-to, make my glutes kick in without anything else coming on exercise recently. So I've been doing those two. I've been doing the Cossack legs because I think that gives it some movement and it makes the glutes hurt. And then I've been doing just that simple leg lift. So other side, stack your knees, send that top hip away, and we'll start by the Cossack legs. Now, you may find this is very different on this side. Go with it, it don't matter. What you should find is if you do this kind of shenanigans really regularly, is it'll even up, and it evens up. I mean, in my experience, it evened up very quickly. So I know that my left side isn't as good as my right, but it's not, you know, it's a few inches as opposed to a foot difference, which kind of is where it was. I don't know how many I've done, but I am definitely starting to feel this in my glutes. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 more. Just enjoy the burn. Okay, checking my top hip is being sent away, letting the foot be floppy. So the idea here is, interestingly, if I do that, that engages it. The quads, I'm just trying to get that glute on without the quads. So the quads are engaged a bit more on this leg. There you go, they've kind of eased off a bit. Glutes are on. So that's starting to be quite full on. Trying to keep everything else kind of calm. Keep the breath going. And then release. Oh, surprisingly hard work. I hope you find the same. And then let's come on to all fours. And zhuzhi back into child's pose. Letting the bottom drop towards the heels. If your knees are uncomfortable, roll up a towel or a blanket and put it behind your knees. If your feet are uncomfortable, roll up a blanket or a towel, put it underneath your feet. If coming back is too much, stick some cushions behind your bottom. Make yourselves comfortable. And stretching out, fingertips down through the arms. Getting that space as I inhale. Inhale, coming up onto all fours. If the wrists are uncomfortable, lessen the angle. So you can roll up the mat, you can put something underneath this bit. So you're just making less of an angle. You can take your weight away from it by drawing the shoulders back a little bit or bringing the hands forward a little bit. So do whatever you need to do. Draw the fingers in towards the palm of the hand so you're engaging up through the arms and the armpits. See other video. Okay, grounding down through the left shin. Just going to bring the right leg up. So again, floppy foot, trying to engage the glute. Driving down through that left shin. Breathing there. And coming back to center and exhale, sending the leg up behind you. Point the toe, drive the heel towards the bottom and try to maintain so your spine doesn't change. The spine stays nice and long, neutral spine. Breathing there. And then you can pop the right leg back down, driving through the right shin this time. As you exhale, the left leg comes up to the side. Let the foot be floppy. Keep driving down through the right shin, softening the face. Breathing. Allowing the breath to come into the belly. Inhale back to center. As you exhale, send the heel to the bottom, point the toes. Keep driving down through the right leg. And then you can bring the left leg back down and just re-establish your positioning. We're going to exhale, tuck the tailbone under, curl all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, dropping the crown of the head, and then let the bottom come back to the heels. Drop the forearms as you do so, squeeze the elbows towards each other, and then you can scoop yourself forward. By the time your chin gets to your hands, bosh yourself back up. So Exhale, tucking the tailbone under, curl all the way up. Drop the bottom to the heels. Draw the elbows together as you bring your forearms down. Scoop yourself forward. Ooh. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, curl all the way up. Bottom to hips. Squeeze the elbows in, drop the forearms, scoop yourself forward. Once more. All the way up. Back to a neutral spine, driving down through the shins. Let's draw the hands towards the knees, knees towards the hands, without moving them. So you feel the belly engage. So if you can breathe there, bring the breath down into the belly, even though there's some engagement going on there. Releasing that. Exhale, turn to look at the right foot. Inhale, back to centre. Exhale, turn to look at the left foot. Inhale, centre. Exhale. Inhale. Back to centre. We're going to tuck the toes under and send the sit bones back for a downward dog. Just to stretch out the spine. So keep the knees bent a little bit and lengthen through the spine as much as you can. So you're sending your sit bones back. And breathing there. You can move about, so you can wiggle the hips, paddle the legs can be quite nice. But just remember that the point of this is the length through the spine. It's not about trying to get your heels down. And in fact, by putting your heels down and straightening your legs, you compromise the length and the space through the spine. And then you can drop your knees, flatten the feet, and just exhale yourself back into child's pose and breathe. Rolling up the spine and coming back into a sitting kind of shenanigans. Right. Extending up through the crown of the head, letting the shoulders be heavy. So that, my lovelies, is like it. You want to do some kind of relaxation and shavasana, which I will add. In fact, I'm going to add a few. I think it's quite nice for you to be able to pick and choose what kind of shavasana you want to do. So my plan is to do a load of 20-minute relaxations for you. So you can pick and choose which one you want to do after you've practiced. And then you can, if you do an intermediate practice, you can pick anyone as well. So that's that. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back hopefully tomorrow for more yoga in my kitchen. I might invite Peg in tomorrow. She's been shut outside. She occasionally turns up at the door. Okay, hope you're all right. I'll see you soon. Bye.